You know this feeling. Your brain is exhausted, but you still have 100 things left to do on your to-do list, and the only thing you can think about is taking a nap.
I feel that. Well, today we are beating back brain fog and fighting fatigue with the one and only nutritionist, health expert, I'm going to give
another
Joy Bauer.
Your friend. All roads lead through Stephanie Rule. I just realized you guys have been friends for a while.
Joy Bauer and I hadn't met. I called her during COVID and I said, I need some health advice. I am home with my kids all day, eating baking. And she did.
And what a great student she is.
And she did what you suggested.
Everything.
And you don't deprive, which is the key piece of it. All right, let's talk about getting our energy back. We need our mojo.
Yeah, and I think like having more energy is something everyone wants more of. And believe it or not, having more energy during the day actually traces back to getting a good night's sleep. And here's why. It is so important to get a solid night's sleep, and that is 7 to 9 hours a night, because when you go to sleep, your body slows down your metabolism and conserves energy. And we know through research, when you conserve energy, that next day our cells are more energy efficient. So they ignite more readily and you have more energy.
So this is what we're going to start with. So get some good sleep.
This is something really cool. You can roll in the sheets, but you cannot scroll in the sheets. And here's why.
Cute, Joy.
There we go. I'm not looking for either one, just FYI. I'm a hard pass on both. Yeah.
We like our sleep. So here's the thing. When it's dark and you're laying down to get a good night's sleep, if you have your smartphone or your iPad or a computer, the blue light that emanates off the screen is going to interfere with melatonin production. Melatonin is a very important hormone that's released in the brain that promotes sleepiness. So if you interfere with that production, you're not going to be able to fall asleep. So get rid of all of the screens.
All right, let's talk about foods.
So the winning formula when it comes to food is protein plus fiber plus healthy fat. And here's why. The three things together steady your blood sugars and will leave you feeling sustained with your energy levels. Very, very important. So I'm showing some breakfast options here. Greek yogurt with some fresh fruit.
Why Greek yogurt?
Because Greek yogurt has more than twice the amount of protein as traditional yogurt. And by the way, traditional yogurt is still good because it has some protein, but Greek yogurt has loads of protein.
So is the sweetness, it comes from the fruit, not from like honey or something else?
Well, if you can get a plain Greek yogurt and then be in control of how much sweet you put in. I would say 1 teaspoon of maple syrup or honey is okay, but if you can omit that and just really sweeten it up with juicy, fabulous, wholesome fruit, that's...
Because the sugar makes you go high and low,
Exactly.
too.
And so this is an apple or a banana with nut butter. Can we just look at this swirl?
How did you put this on?
I didn't. Anthony did it.
Stop this.
He's like a genius. And so the apple provides juicy fiber and complex carbohydrates and loads of nutrition. And the nut butter, whether it's peanut butter or cashew butter or almond butter or soy nut butter, whatever butters, we love all the butters. It's got the healthy fat and the protein. And this is oatmeal for fiber and seeds and nuts. See, we have almonds here. I love pumpkin seeds.
Are those? What about chia seeds? Are those important?
Chia seeds are great.
Good.
Chia seeds are great.
All right, take us to the beverage department.
I'm going to just say this is great. I don't even know what it is.
I am so excited. Take a sip of this.
What is it?
I made a healthy, no sugar added frappuccino.
Wait, it's coffee?
Okay, that's delicious.
Yes. So I added a shot of espresso, and then there's a frozen banana, some
can taste
ice,
the banana. It's yummy.
cocoa powder for brain-boosting compounds, and a little bit of milk. Almond milk is in this one. So it's a dairy-free version. It's light in calories, and it gives you a jolt.
It feels like a dessert.
Isn't it
yummy.
great?
All right, what about just drinking water?
And so water hydration is very important, crazy important. If you're slightly dehydrated, you're going to feel fatigue. So everybody says, how much water do I need? The first thing is it doesn't have to be plain water. It could be sparkling water. Coffee and tea count towards your hydration.
Oh, they do?
Yes, as does milk.
Are you good about drinking water?
Yes, I am. It's one of the things
Naturally, or you're disciplined about?
Well, I am disciplined, but I drink probably like 6 of those bottles a day.
That's amazing. So you're actually surpassing.
Really? Because you got to chug it, man. You can't just
when it's room temperature or you have a straw, you could suck it down more easily.
If you like it cold,
ice water is like a 10 in terms of taste. Room temperature is like a 4.
So you only like ice water? Do you drink a lot of it?
No, I do not,
See?
and I need to.
Okay,
You'll like this, guy. So this
What
is a
this?
spa water. I
Cute.
just added some lemon slices and cucumber and some herbs. So it jazzes it up. It gives a little bit of pizzazz, so it's more flavorful.
You don't like it.
And here's
No,
a
I do.
great rule
No,
of
she don't
thumb.
like it.
You take your weight, divide it in half. So let's say you weigh 140 pounds. That's 70 ounces of water you should strive for every single day.
Okay.
And what... Do you like it?
I do.
Do you like it?
I know how little water I drink, so I'm trying to get my reps in.
These, by the way, guys,
What are
I
these?
made you a batch of my chocolate energy muffins. So these are light and they're fluffy and they're super delicious and moist, but I added in some espresso. So you get a shot, a little bit of a jolt, and we're going to put this on
Real
the
good.
website.
Great.
Yeah.
Joy, thank you. It's good to see you here. You can get that energy muffin recipe today.com/food. Love you, Joy.
Love you.
We're going to recharge for the weekend today. Nutritionist Joy Bauer is here to show us how to turn an easy sheet pan recipe into the ultimate Reboot bowl. Good morning, Joy.
Hey, Joy.
Good morning, guys. Lindsay, it's so nice to be here with you.
You
the last time we were
too.
together, I think we were having a vegetarian feast in Connecticut,
yes,
right?
We were at the tavern.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
That was
And you
so
know what I
yummy.
was thinking? I was listening to 70 years, your anniversary. I have actually been with the show. It's going on 16 years. Is that crazy?
All right.
16 years.
Congratulations to you.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to transform the easiest one-sheet recipe into an energizing Reboot bowl that has literally layers and layers of yummy goodness. But the best part, it is very, very simple to put together. So I'm going to start with the sheet pan recipe. Here I have 3 heaping cups of broccoli. So the big theme here is going to be lots of plants. This is 3 heaping cups of sweet potato that I cubed, or you can absolutely use any kind of acorn or winter squash as well. And now I have more cruciferous vegetables, so loads of fiber, and that is our cauliflorettes. Now I have 1 can of rinsed and drained, and very important, it's patted dry chickpeas because I'm adding in a lot of fiber and some protein now. A little bit of olive oil. I have about 2 to 3 tablespoons in here because I want all the seasonings to stick. Now, I like to over season, so I'm going to put in, this is 2 teaspoons of garlic powder and 2 teaspoons of onion powder. And I had some fresh rosemary in my fridge, so I chopped up and I have about 2 tablespoons here. But it's eater's choice. You can put in whatever herbs that you want. And you're just going to mix this up to evenly distribute everything. You pour it onto your sheet pan.
Brilliant.
I mixed it with a little bit of olive oil spray. And then I just put this, actually I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. I forgot about my salt and pepper. But it goes in the oven, set at 425 on the middle rack, just for about 30 to 35 minutes. And I flip it halfway through. And I'm going to show you what it looks like because you are going to get these gorgeous char marks. Look at this. This just came out of the oven. Can you see
Great.
this? Let me
That
see.
Nice.
So when you're building the
Yeah.
bowl, Joy, what layer goes first?
Okay, so now for the fun part. And you are the boss of your bowl because there's so many different directions that you can customize this bowl. So here's my bowl. And the first layer is going to be dark leafy greens. So it could be spinach, kale, it could be any lettuce that you want.
Oh.
The next is going to be a heaping mound of those delicious, caramelized, addictive veggies that we roasted. Then a little bit of fruit. So I'm using a pear because I don't think pear gets enough love, guys, and it actually has a little bit more fiber than apples.
I didn't
But
know
you can also use an apple. You could also use pomegranate seeds or even dried cranberries or cherries. Anything goes. And then the protein is your choice. So I put out a question on Instagram earlier this morning, and I asked my followers, what should I put on? Lentils, salmon, black beans, shrimp. I have chicken. I have tofu. I'm going to tell you the tofu came in last place. And I'm going to go ahead and go for the salmon this time. And last but not least, we have this
Her follower
mellow.
chose the salmon to put in the leafy bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have a mellow but mouth-watering tahini dressing that I'm going to show you how to make because everybody
Joy,
needs
Joy,
this.
We're not going to have time
We're
for
gonna
that.
put that on the website.
We'll put it on the website. But
Okay,
thank you,
you
so
got
much.
it.
That looks fantastic. All right.
Look at this. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a drizzle
Beauty.
because you got
Joy Bauer, is whipping up a quick and easy frittata that's packed with veggies and flavor. Take it away, Joy.
Hey guys, spring is in the air and it gives me the opportunity to feature two seasonal standouts. First up, artichokes. Artichokes are packed with fiber and they're also considered a prebiotic, which means it increases the good bacteria within our gut to aid in digestion. Next, asparagus. Asparagus is an excellent source of vitamin K and folate. And while they're very low in calories, they are mighty potent in the nutrition department. So taking these two superstars, we are going to make the ultimate spring frittata. When it comes to asparagus, you're just going to snap off the tough outer stem and then cut your asparagus into 1 to 2 inch pieces. For this recipe, I'm going to saute them in small pieces so we get them nice and soft. And now for the artichokes. So for this recipe, I'm going to use artichoke hearts, and it's so simple. I drained and rinsed them from the can, and now I'm patting them dry. You want to get them as dry as possible, and I'll give it a rough chop. So now that the veggies are prepped, we are going to make the egg mixture. So here I have 8 large whole eggs mixed with 4 egg whites. And here I have half a cup of a Greek yogurt or light sour cream. I'm putting in 2 to 4 tablespoons of dill and a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And you're just going to mix this up just until the yolks and the whites blend together. And you can see I have little lumps of the Greek yogurt scattered throughout, and that's okay because all of that is going to blend and melt when we bake it off in the oven. Now we're going to head over to the stove and saute our vegetables. I'm adding in my asparagus, and I'm also adding in some onion. So we saute these vegetables for about 5 to 7 minutes. They'll start to soften up. The onions will get slightly browned. The great thing about frittatas, they're totally customizable. It's really the ultimate kitchen sink meal. Now I'm going to toss in a little bit of garlic. Just stir it around for about 30 seconds. And I'm ready to introduce my artichoke hearts. The skillet is screaming spring and my kitchen smells amazing. I'm just going to spread out the veggies and I'm going to pour in our egg mixture. And last but not least, a little bit of cheese. I'm using Parmesan. Now I let it sit on the stove undisturbed just to let these outside edges slightly firm, just a few minutes. Then I transfer it right into the oven set at 350 and bake it for about 20 minutes. And that's all there is to it. I like to add little puddles of pesto on top and then a drizzle of balsamic glaze. It is the perfect meal to put spring in your step.
Today, nutritionist Joy Bauer is here with 2 recipes that are good for us and good for the planet. Joy, good morning. Happy Earth Day.
Hey,
Good
Joy.
morning. Happy Earth Day. And obviously, the theme is going to be all about plants. And I say that for 2 reasons. Plants, of course, shower our body with all of the right stuff. Fiber and antioxidants, vitamins and minerals, but also because according to a study in the environmental journal Nature, the production of meat products generates the majority of food-related greenhouse gas emissions. So everybody would be sort of reducing their carbon footprint and contributing personally if we just wiggle in more plant-forward meals. And I'm not saying exclusively eating vegetarian or vegan, but the more plants that we could eat, the better off the earth and the environment is going to be.
And that goes for beans too, right?
Beans are fabulous. And you know what I'm making first. I have taken on a beloved classic.
Oh.
I'm going to be making what I'm calling the incredible vegan taco meat. And I'm telling you, I think I nailed it. My macho meat eaters in the house can't get enough of this.
Okay.
So the cool part, yes, that's a bold statement, but I think I could back it up. The best part is it's so simple. So there's only 3 ingredients, and I'm adding to a food processor 3 vegan powerhouses. This is 2.5 cups of cooked lentils. Lentils, of course, are packed with protein and fiber. Now I have this is just a can of rinsed and drained black beans. And I'm using black because I want it to be a dark color like meat, but certainly you could use any bean that you have in your pantry. And this is 1 cup of toasted walnuts. And then all I'm going to do is pulse it. And what I'm going to tell everybody is it's a couple of pulses because you don't want to puree it. You want to have a lot of great texture. So it's basically, whoops, pulse, 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 and we're done. That's it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug this. I'm taking you over to the stove, and I'm going to show you how we cook it up just like ground meat. So come with me.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's it? It looks like ground beef.
This is it, and it's not even seasoned. You see how there's a lot of texture still in it? So there's the lentils, the walnuts, and the black beans.
Joy?
I love this.
Joy, show us this other one that's going to help us waste less fresh fruit as well.
Okay, so very carefully,
Okay,
this is just the taco seasoning blend from the store, or you could do it-yourself. I'll put that, on social and on the website. And you just mix this up and come right over here. And so very quickly, this is what it looks like. We're back over here.
So that's just like a regular little taco bar you can set up.
Yes, and it's hearty and substantial. I'm telling you, your meat eaters will love this. And you'll feel really good about the environment. So next we're doing something really cool. This is the first time I've ever tried this, and we were so pleased with the result. You know how you go to the grocery store, you buy all this fresh fruit, and then it sits in your fridge, and when you're in the mood for it, you have a little bit of mold on the raspberries or the blackberries.
They're always moldy.
Yes. So this is a way to cut back on waste. So I take 3 cups of whatever fruit you have that's sort of seen its heyday in the fridge. You're going to chop it up and you put it in the blender with 2 tablespoons of honey. And so my fruit's going in, and then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of honey right in there, and you whirl it up, and you're going to puree it so that it's totally smooth and velvety. I've also done this with chopped mango, pineapple can work, any combination can work. Then you spread it out on parchment paper on your baking sheet, and you pop it in the oven at between 150 and 175. It has to be under 200. And you do that because you're going to dehydrate it. But here's the thing. You need a lot of time, 6 to 8 hours in the oven. So it's a great rainy day activity, or if you're working from home. Now look what it comes out like. See this?
It's like a fruit leather.
Oh, wow.
But now we're going to take it to the next level now. So now we take our scissors, just like this, and we have the parchment paper, and I'm going to cut it. You let it cool. You cut it like this. And guys, you roll it up, and you basically have created, rolled up fruit leather. And look at this. It's chewy, and it's sweet and addictive. It's really, really delicious, and such a fun activity. Look at that.
That's a good idea, Joy.
Oh, Joy, I love this. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad.
Today, nutritionist Joy Bauer remixing boring lunch sandwiches with 2 tasty wraps. Oh, Joy.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm celebrating the weekend with 2 deliciously healthy wraps. A chicken Caesar wrap and a caprese Caesar wrap. So the common theme here is my lightened up, creamy Caesar dressing with a surprising ingredient, and that would be an avocado. So I'm gonna pop all of this right into a blender. Next, some Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, and garlic, W sauce, some lemon juice, Dijon mustard for some tang, and then optional anchovy paste. And last but not least, 6 tablespoons of water. And we're gonna whirl this up in a blender. You can see how creamy this is. It tastes just like the real deal, but for a fraction of the calories. This is just 20 calories per tablespoon, so you can feel good about using a lot. Now for the build, starting with a chicken Caesar salad. I'm adding crunchy romaine lettuce together with some grated Parmesan cheese, and some sliced cooked chicken with some of our homemade Caesar dressing. Just stir this all up and lay out a tortilla that fits your eating style. I have whole wheat tortilla, but it can be gluten-free, low carb, anything goes. Spread on some of our Caesar dressing right on the tortilla. It's got a nice green color from the avocado. I think that adds personality and fun. And add in the yummy filling. Tuck in the sides, and then you roll it right up. It's so simple, it's so delicious, and every bite is packed with protein, fiber, and tons of flavor. Next up, a caprese Caesar wrap if you feel like going meat-free. This time I'm using a tomato-themed tortilla. I'm putting on some of my creamy Caesar, spreading it out, and simply layering irresistible calcium-packed mozzarella cheese, juicy vitamin C filled and lycopene filled tomatoes, and of course some fragrant aromatic basil leaves. Tuck in the sides and roll this right up. How easy was that? This is so good. Whether you choose to make a chicken Caesar or a caprese Caesar, that's a wrap.
Joy Bauer is here to show you how to make your sides stand out this time.
All
That's right.
So here we go.
And we're starting with cucumbers. Kind of shocking, but let me say that cucumbers are comprised of more than 95% water. So that means they're great in terms of hydrating, right? And every part of your body functions better, and your energy goes up when you're well hydrated. But here's something really cool. Cucumbers are only 45 calories a cuke. They are naturally low in sodium, and they're packed with potassium. So while they deliver good hydration, they also get rid of bloat. They get rid of excess water that you don't want.
Just give me the whole. So then, how are you shaking it up today?
I'm going to shake it up by making buffalo cucumbers.
Okay. Does it matter what kind of cucumber you use?
No, you can use any cucumber that you want. We're showing a whole variety over there. So here we have chopped tomato. We've got blue cheese and scallions. We're going to add our feature food, all the cukes.
So that's where you scooped out?
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is just peeled and chopped cukes. And now, Al, put some of that sauce on. This is my buffalo dressing, and give it a whirl.
What's the sauce?
And the sauce is non-fat Greek yogurt, lots of seasonings, and of course, hot sauce. And while you're doing that,
wait, what was it again?
It's I'm gonna Instagram that out.
It's on the website.
Because I really want to try it.
It's on the website.
I'm sending you the link.
Yes.
And then just to bring it to the next level, cut your cucumber lengthwise. Let's scoop out the middle.
And then just put that in there in the middle?
Yeah, and then put this right in the middle, and look how cute these are.
Okay.
These are great. And you can make it as hot and fiery as you want.
Good.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Now, my favorite, Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. I'm glad you said that because they tend to be polarizing, and I want to give Brussels sprouts some love. So Brussels are part of the cruciferous vegetable family, and they can reduce certain types of cancers, the risk for certain types of cancers. Also, here's a cool fact. 1 cup delivers more than 100% of your vitamin C for the day.
Okay.
So for people that don't love them, I'm going to make a version of Superfood pigs in blankets, and I'm calling these Brussels in blankets.
Okay.
These are trimmed, sliced in half, and you put a little bit of olive oil on them.
Okay.
And now you take your turkey bacon, nice and lean, and you're going to wrap your blanket around, and you pop it right in the oven on 400 for about 25 minutes, and you get these delicious babies.
The kids eat them too.
Yeah.
You know?
Or
I've seen a lot of picky eaters gobble those down.
Real bacon around it, and you've got a hit.
My husband said the same thing.
Edamame.
Edamame is great. It's almost like a perfect food because it's a blend of plant-based protein, fiber, and heart-healthy fats. So it keeps your blood sugars steadied, and it sustains your energy levels. And it also has, yes, it has minerals in it that can prevent muscle cramping too. So I love edamame steams, right? In the pod, out of the pod. But to take it to the next level, I'm making garlic sesame edamame. That's sesame oil, some minced garlic. I put some red crushed pepper and salt. You mix that around. You put it on your steamed edamame. And this is, I think, restaurant worthy.
That's really good.
Isn't that great?